I'm Harrison Graham. Day 3 of the NFL Draft is underway, and the Chicago Bears trade down from 109 with, guess who? The Buffalo Bills. I think Ryan Poles and Brandon Beane are best friends at this point. They've traded that pick that was originally for Ryan Pace like 65 times at this point in time, and now they've traded again. They traded yesterday. They traded last year. They traded for Bates. They traded now it's insanity the amount of times that they have traded. As I'll just verbalize the details here. They are getting 132 and 160, or no, 132 and 169 for 109. Yes, 132 and 169 for 109. Not sure why that's not updated for you guys, but they moved down 23 spots in the fourth. They add a fifth for the Bills to come up. They selected Deion Walker. It's basically a flat rate trade in terms of the trade value chart. So Poles valuing an extra selection here. A couple running backs went early today with Bashal Tutin and Cam Scadaboo coming off of the board. So we'll see what the Bears do when they come up and pick in a minute. So their updated picks now are as follows: 132, 148, 169, 233. So we got 4 picks left. One in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 1 in the seventh. That is where things sit at this point in time, and we'll see it where it goes from there. Let's just take a look at some of the best players available as we're filming this. Obviously, a couple of these guys could come off the board by the time this is published, but Shedeur Sanders, the Bears aren't going to draft him, but that's the story of the draft right now. Where does he end up going? Looking at some players I would be interested in for the Bears later on. Do you take a guy like Jack Sawyer? I know he's got shorter arms. I know he's not the best athlete, but the guy's just a winning football player. I'd be open to that. Marcus Bowe would add some depth. Obviously, running backs. You see Dylan Sampson there. Braden Swinson, another edge, by the way. DJ Giddens. Danny Stutzman at linebacker is an intriguing player. We'll take a look at some positions specifically as well, as let's start with running backs here. We already mentioned Dylan Sampson, who's speedy back, can really scoot in space, a little undersized, so I don't know if they view him as a fit with DeAndre Swift or not. DJ Giddens is intriguing. I think he's got the tools to be a 3-down back. He's about 6 foot, 220 pounds, and he can run 4.43. Damian Martinez, I love Damian Martinez. I would love it if the Bears were able to get him somehow. I'm a big Devin Neal guy as well. He's still out there. Jaden Blue, they met with Brashard Smith, former receiver, converted to running back. He's electric with the ball in his hands, so keep an eye on him. You take a look at linebacker, a position that the Bears could certainly add, and maybe that's the motivation of this trade, to get an extra draft pick to fill one of these holes. Danny Stutzman, that's one of Cullen's draft crushes. You've also got Chris Paul Jr. still available. I like Smell Munden as well out of Georgia. When in doubt, take one of these Georgia dudes. They typically work out pretty well. Later on, Kane Medrano, really strong athletic profile, still learning the position, but pretty darn good football player and athlete, if you ask me. You also got safety, as Billy Bowman Jr. is an intriguing player, flies around. He misses a lot of tackles, but he's an aggressive-minded safety, a little undersized. I like Jalen Reed out of Penn State a decent amount as well. Malachi Moore could be a sleeper later on. Again, Nick Saban recruit. I would certainly be intrigued with the player like that as well. Can we take a look at some edge rushers real quick, Cullen, as well? Then we'll keep it moving here as we break down this trade, as the Bears trade down with the Buffalo Bills. Some edge rushers, then we'll get you guys involved in the show. We talked about Jack Sawyer. Him and Antoine Powell-Ryland, not necessarily the arm length Dennis Allen is looking for, but intriguing players. I like Braden Swinson. I also like Kyle Kennard and Barron Sherrill, so there's still some intriguing edges out there. Jared Ivey did not test well, but he's like an edge defensive tackle hybrid, but you kind of took that last night in Shemar Turner, so I'm not sure they'd go that route again. Elijah Roberts, an intriguing player as well. Who is a player the Bears should draft today, whether it's with the next pick or later on? Let me know down in the comment section below, and give us your thoughts on that. Here in a minute, we will recap what the Bears have done so far and put a bow on this trade, as we will continue with our live Bears draft coverage. But first, I want to tell you guys about our sponsor, It is game time. Download the Game Time app today and get your tickets to sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, and everything else, because Game Time is the official ticketing partner of Bears Now by Chat Sports. If you want to go check out the Cubs or White Sox this spring and summer, get your tickets with Game Time, as they make getting tickets faster and easier, even for those hard-to-get seats. NBA playoff games, you want to go to Bucks Pacers, get the best deal available. Game Time has you covered, as prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer you get to tip-off. Often you can go to these games and get the tickets on the day of the event at a reduced price, even just minutes before it starts. With killer last-minute deals and all-in prices, views from the seats, and their lowest price guaranteed, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying your tickets. Save up to 60% off buying last-minute tickets for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, etc. Use code ChatSports after you download the Game Time app to get $20 off your first purchase only. That's code ChatSports for $20 off. Terms apply. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices, guaranteed. So if you look at what the Bears have done so far, they drafted Colston Loveland in the first round. Then they doubled down with Luther Burden. You're like, man, Ben Johnson, fingerprints. We found out last night he was just the best player on their board. So they felt like, hey, we got to take this guy. They end up trading down from 41. They select Ozzy Trapilo, who probably more of a third-round player, but they needed to get a tackle. So if you're going to reach a little on a position, I'm okay with that one. Shemar Turner at one point was viewed as a first-round pick. Didn't have his best year this past year at Texas A&M, but huge upside, had a foot issue, played through a stress fracture this past season. So he's a very tough-minded player. He's a very attacking style player, so definitely cool with that pick as well. I'm curious to see what position they view him as, or if he's a guy that's just going to move around along the defensive line. All right, so the Bears trade down from 109 to 132. They add 169 as well. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let us know, who is your favorite Bears draft pick so far up to this point in time? Is it Colston Loveland, the fun receiving tight end out of Michigan, who some have compared to a Sam Laporta, Travis Kelce type? Is it Luther Burden? I think that's probably been your best value at this point, because to me he was a top 20, top 25 player. Excited to see how Ben Johnson used him. Is it Ozzy Trapilo, a guy who maybe he starts? Bears did not rule that out last night. He's played both right and left tackle, more so on the right side, so we'll see what that means for the tackle competition. We know Darnell Wright's going to be one of the starters. Who's going to be the other one? We'll have to wait and see. Or is it Shemar Turner? Let us know in the comment section down below. Bills move up to 109 again. Bears get 132, 169. We'll get that updated for you guys later on in the live show if you're watching there. So that is the trade. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Bears trade down. We will have full analysis of that draft pick when it gets here. My name is Harrison Graham. Join our live coverage. We're going to be here all day. Bear down.